Hey guys, welcome back to the layout. So last we saw, by the way, just wanted to mention real quick, I'm ridiculously behind just because I've been busy with everything. So I don't remember the last time I actually made the last part of the video, but I know that it was not in December. It's currently just after Christmas and everything. So sorry it's late, but Merry Christmas to everybody. But we're going to go ahead and get working on the layout for today. So we've got here the main yard, and the plan for today is ballasting this track, because as you can see, this bit, and then I guess all the way up to up here has not been done yet. And then this track as well has not been done yet. So we're going to go ahead and ballast that. The other plan I've got for today is getting the grass work done here, so that it kind of matches the surrounding area. And then the other thing is I got a brand new hot glue gun from Hobby Lobby today because I could not find the old one. I don't even know if it works. And I have already gone ahead and hot glued this side of the fascia onto the layout. So we're going to be working, I've got 2 more sheets of this stuff. It's just some card poster board or whatever, and we're going to go ahead and continue wrapping. I've got 2 more sheets. We're going to get 2 more sheets done, and then if I have to do more, I'll have to go get more, so I'll probably just stop after that. Probably call that good enough. And the only other thing is there's one little thing I want to do in here, which I'll get to later. This is just going to make things just infinitely better. So, but let's go ahead and get on to that. Like I said, this is the first thing I've already glued this down. So, as we can see, I'll do it with, I want to make sure that one kind of stays good for a second, but I'll go ahead and do it with this one. As we can see, pull the pins, and there are no pins in this section, and it's staying up. So, there we go. That's progress. I'll go ahead and wait a little bit longer on some of the rest of it and everything, and I didn't quite get it exact, accurate, but it is close enough. So still going to need to be some touch-ups in the scenery in this section, but the fascia's on, so that's a thing. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and ballast. I'm going to do from here, and then along this track. I'm still going to leave a small little section, because this bit still worries me, so I want to wait until summer whenever it really heats up and everything. Of course, you know, we've had an 80-degree Christmas here in Houston, so realistically, I think it's probably, if it's survived this, it's probably going to be fine, but, you know, I want to wait until the summer to see if it's going to expand or contract real bad and cause problems. So we'll see what happens with that. I want to watch it a second first. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that. So I guess I'll move this stuff out of the way and go ahead and get ballasting. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you guys a quick little progress update on the ballasting. It is occurring to me, yeah, I have that much ballast and all of that, but I luckily was able to find this, which is not whatever that says. It is a blend. Don't ask me what the ratio of any blah blah blah, because I don't know. It's just some stuff that I put into the shaker and shook up, and yeah, that's a thing. So I've gotten up to here so far. All of this is now done, which looks pretty good. And then, though I'm probably going to have to remove them, sand them down, and then put them back because I think they stick up a little bit too far. Went ahead and glued these bits of wood in to act as essentially a crossing, because there was originally, well, it was this one. There was originally this platform here. And I don't know if I'm going to use this one, or we have a couple of these as well. Some of them, unfortunately, aren't as in good shape as others, but we have a couple of choices of platforms, so I think we're going to do a platform here again. But I figured, you know, there should be a way to get from one side of the tracks to the other. So I've got this little walkway now, and it should work just fine at that point. But yeah, it is going to be interesting. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully we'll get all the way. I'm hopeful to have some spare ballast when we're done with it all to put into this corner, because this corner looks really, really ugly. I just want to kind of finish it up like this section, and then back there, all the way back, is going to be like trees and grass and stuff like that. Kind of just fill it with some foliage and whatnot, but we'll see where we get. But I just wanted to do a quick little update on the ballasting. Alright guys, a little bit of an update for you. I did in fact have enough ballast. As a matter of fact, I've even got a little bit left over. But we now have this track here fully done. And I was able to do that little corner bit there of the around the turntable. And it really ties everything together. So the only thing left to do with that bit is just in that corner right there. Just do some trees and just kind of cover it up with some trees and stuff. Bushes and whatnot, just to make it kind of disappear a bit. And then, but yeah, we should have, like, that is the entire layout completely ballasted. Well, except it's not exactly all glued down yet, except for this section, which, like I said, because of that little section there, I wanted to just leave open for a little bit longer. But yeah, we've got all this done all the way to over here, and it looks pretty good. It could be better, but it looks pretty good. And like I said, we've got these, which are probably going to need to be sanded down a bit. So I'll probably have to pull them up and redo those, but it is what it is. But now what we're going to go ahead and do is in this little strip here, and actually we have some touch-ups to do over here. We're going to do some grass work. For the time being, I'm still just using, what is it? This is just an example. Woodland Scenics Fine Turf, various different shades of it. That's just one of the ones I've got. I've got some other ones somewhere I gotta go dig out and find and go ahead and start using, but that's essentially what I use for now. This is the last layout officially that I will be doing that method on. From this layout on, it's going to be all static grass. Though this stuff is probably still going to get used on occasion in some small forms, the main grass form from here on out is going to be static grass because it looks so much better. But this is essentially an aesthetic decision to continue to use this stuff on this layout. So that is amazingly complete. And it actually looks really good. This is the first time this bit of track has ever been ballasted, and it looks really, really good. Alright guys, well, as you can kind of see, gluing stuff down did not go well. So this stuff was never properly glued down, so I wanted to go ahead and get it as well as everything else. And I did the exact same method that I always have been doing, using, it isn't this, but it's this off-brand or whatever. It won't focus on it, but this off-brand or whatever glue. This is the like paste version. There's also the kind of liquidy version that you use for stuff like, you know, laying down ballast once it's laid down and everything. And yeah, you can see what happened there. It did okay with most of the ballast itself, but it's kind of just sucked really, really badly. No matter what I did, it would not soak into the ballast. I used what I've currently been doing is soaking it with wet water essentially. I do not have the isopropyl alcohol necessary to do that. I have a little tiny bit that I'm saving for other things. Yeah, you can see how just absolutely destroyed this area is, and just so hopefully it doesn't look too bad once it dries and I'm able to get other stuff. But it just would not. It just settled and did the whole forming droplets and everything, and it would not work right. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So if you're gonna get glue like that, make sure it's a decent brand. I would stay away from off brands if you can, unless you find one that works. If you find one that works, let me know. But for the time being, I'm sticking with the tried and true Woodland Scenics. Unfortunately, that means I gotta order it because Hobby Lobby no longer carries it. So oh well, I guess I'll have to order some. But that's fine. I've done that. Anyway, so I still have not finished the fascia as of yet. I've gotten no more work done on that because I've been ballasting. I went ahead and did the greenery in this area, and it looks really good. I really like how the way that all that came out. And this layout is looking very, very nice, very, very done. We just got to come back over and get the rest of this finished, which I will probably be doing tomorrow. But for the time being, hopefully, let's go ahead and get to that fascia. Alright guys, that is, I think, going to be it for this one. Before I show you the big reveal of the awesomeness that is this layout with more fascia completed, because it really does look good. I just want to recap what we did in today's episode. This track has now been ballasted. The glue that I used is awful and made this mess happen, so I stopped using it about that far up. So some of it is glued down and some of it is not. But we ballasted all the way back to here at the station. Got this done. We're going to be putting in platforms here again in the next episode and everything, and I guess you guys can kind of see it now. I did manage to get this side of the fascia done, which is a little bit difficult to see on camera because it all kind of gets dark and blends in. But this is the first full side completed and everything, and it does look really, really good. I absolutely love the way this looks. It's hard to see on camera, like I said, but it really, really ties everything together. This was just kind of this nasty. Well, here, this is a good example of what it was. This is exactly a good example of what it was, just worse. And then to go from that back to this, I mean, look at that. That is such a very big difference. I think that makes all the difference in the world. Just giving it a nice good wrap. So, that being said, I shall wrap up the video as it's time for me to go home. But, well, actually, it's time to get some food and then go home. And it's also like 80 degrees up here. And at that point, given the fact that this still has no issues, in all honesty, whenever I come back tomorrow, which I am coming back tomorrow, there's a high probability that I'm just going to ballast over that and call it a day, because it is, I kid you not, 80 degrees in here. The thing says 76. It's lying. It's 80 degrees in here. It's hot. So that being the case, yeah, I think if that's the case, I think that's probably fine. If that still has no issues, besides I need to clean it because of the glue, then yeah, I think I might just go ahead and ballast it and say, yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, that is essentially it. So like I said, there will be a part 2 to this video very, very soon. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, everybody.